Everybody, I'm Nicole, and I'm finally doing something that I have put off for a long time, which is vlogging more of what I do. And the reason that I want to do this is because it'd be a good way for everybody to get to know me, be a good way for you to follow along with a horse's training and progress, and a good way to just get used to talking to the camera and talking to the public. So I've put this off for a while just because I've been, how do I want to do it? What kind of intro do I want to have? What do I want to say? Yada yada. And I think I'm at this point where I just want to do it really simply, right to the point, and show people what I'm doing and let the video speak for itself and tell its own story. So I'm going to start by filming. I have a brand new horse here, and I'm going to be trying to vlog the progress. This is a horse that has trouble with trailer loading, and it is a broke horse already, but I still cover all of my bases no matter what, and I will show you what I go through with that. But the primary thing we want to work on is the trailer loading. But as you may or may not know, trailer loading has a lot more to do with just everything else than just walking onto the trailer. So we're going to start at the very beginning today. So hope you enjoy. Please subscribe and follow along. So the first thing I did a little bit of was some free lunging, but I'm going to quit with that because she was just kind of autopiloting through it and not really connecting with me. And so here I'm going to put the lead rope on, and that's something that I've played around with a lot in my horse training journey, is when do I start things on the lead rope and when do I start things in the round pen in the free lunge. And so, I think sometimes I am putting them in the round pen and immediately opening the conversation to run away from me and fear me. And sometimes it works better if I have them on the lead rope. And obviously this is her first day, so no, she has not been fly sprayed. And I will be fly spraying her, but I'm going to try to, start at the beginning. Just start with the lead rope. How can I build some connection with her? That I think is more valuable than immediately starting to poke and prod on her. But yeah, we're gonna try to get to that today. So I guess we've got our liberty down. But that's not, I mean, it's not a bad thing, but it's not the same thing as following the feel of my direction and going through challenges. But I am happy to have it to start. That's fine. That's actually probably a good thing. So, but when I start haltering them, no matter the horse, no matter the education, I'm always going to look for them to come down to the halter and put their nose in it nicely. And if she did it that nice on the first try, she probably does that at home too, which is good. It keeps them thinking soft in the beginning. And if you don't want to do everything up-headed, because it just teaches them how to have their neck real tight and their back dropped away from them. So let's make sure we got that how we want it. Okay, so I don't have the flag because I don't want to start with it just yet, but I'm going to just work on some leading. I want to see how she does following the rope. Like I said, she's following me, but I want to see how she does following the rope. So I can check that by changing the stride length. She heard that kiss. So can I slow the right, the left, forward? Can I slow? She wants to be very on top of me, which is not a good place to be. On, right. Maybe she wants to be on top of me because she's a little bit nervous. I mean, this is her first day of training here. She's been here since Saturday. It is Monday. It's actually Labor Day. Girl got a little itchy here. I'm mainly doing this in this space right here so I can stay close to the camera. Good girl. So she has a lot of good things going for her. So now let's introduce the flag, because I am going to work on creating circles and some distance and stuff. I need that to help me. I'm going to put it in front of her first, where she can... You're okay. Are you afraid of this? Easy, girl. Oh, it's so scary. Goodness. This is why you were around today. At this stage of the game, I'm not taking my eyes off of her because I don't know, do we kick, do we strike? You know, even some of the most broke horses, if it's something they're afraid of, you might never know how they respond. And before she careens out of control like she has to start, I'm just going to ask her hip to step under and unwind. And I'm just going to carry the flag. And I might pop it in here and there, but obviously it was too much when it was all the way open. But also just the pressure of what I'm going to ask her, as you can see, is causing her to really disconnect and causing her to be worried. And so what I'm trying to do is direct her movement, not necessarily shut it all down. And what I do want her to do is go calm and forward like that. I'd rather have that than just standing still. Two totally different things. There she's looking. It's nice to see little licks and chews from her, because then I know that she is starting to relax a little bit at least. I know those flies are really bothering me. I don't really know what this change of direction is, but again, calm. Let's see if I can get her going back the way that we were going. Just because she did one little thing that I didn't ask doesn't necessarily mean that I ruined the entire thing. That's what I want right there. Okay, let's maybe come to a halt and think about that. Okay. Well, we've learned some important things about her. I'll check back in a little bit. So we worked on that flag thing just a little bit longer, but I thought, you know what, I'm going to come inside and work on the fly spray. Because flies were really bothering her, and it was okay to take a little break from the flag because things were going where I want them to go. So I know that she pulls back. The owner let me know. So I'm not going to immediately tie her to do this stuff. And there she's showing that she's pretty good with fly spray. And you just never know. So I mean, I could have come in here and done all this right out of the gate, but I don't know how fair that would be if she was afraid of fly spray. So, you know, I want to try to make a little connection first, see what she thinks about the lead rope, so that way I can be sure that I can be safe as I'm doing stuff and handling her and that kind of thing. Bring your head down. It is really common also to she's taking her back. Good girl. People do stuff with the horse's head and they just do it up in the air all the time. So I'll ask her to bring it down some, but I'm not going to be super worried about making sure that it's extremely low. Now we'll step to the other side, doing her face some. Okay, we'll finish this side. Run the brush over her. And I mean, compared to some horses, I mean, I do have another horse in the stall over here. This is pretty calm for the beginning. And also this clip right here, just so you know, is filmed in selfie mode. And so I'm on the right side of the horse. This is my right hand. That doesn't matter so much with this as it might with some other topics, so. Okay, because I'm talking to the camera, I'm not sure if I did all my normal spots, but there, I'm gonna get the legs, but okay, now we're gonna go back and see if we can do a little bit more work before we are just done with her, because like I said, it's first day. I take it pretty easy, pretty slow. Some people might go a lot faster in one day. You know, read each horse, and of course everybody does everything a little bit differently. That doesn't necessarily make somebody more wrong or more right than the other. It might just be what you're good at. But I know for me what I need to do to get these horses where I want them to be before I climb on their back. Full disclosure, everybody, when I'm going to be making these vlogs, I'm dealing with the horse that's in front of me. And nothing that I say or do is meant to make anybody feel bad or like they did something wrong or whatever it may be. The horse is what the horse is, and I'm going to deal with what's right in front of me. Doesn't matter the rest of the history. The horse is going to tell me their story a little bit. And that's why, again, I check all my bases. I know things about the horse that really helps with what I'm going to do, but the rest of it is up to me and her and how things feel, how she feels to me, how I feel to her, and how we're going to build some relationship there. The other thing I want to mention too is you might notice in the previous clips where I'm working on getting her to respond to this flag, you can tell that actually I wasn't really even trying to get her to respond to it. I was getting her to not be so flighty about it. That moment right there, I just want everybody to know, was a moment of disconnection, but that means it was an opportunity for me to draw her back to connecting with me. So we've gone into the barn, we fly sprayed. I'm gonna come back out here. Let's see where we're at. I keep the flag over my shoulder like this, and I'm just gonna, if I use it, I'm just gonna create energy with it, not necessarily bring it to her and towards her, because I do think that is probably a little bit a part of the problem. You can even see her eye right here start to open up. So we're just gonna do a couple circles. We've already been going to the left. I think I might continue going to the left. I might change directions, but again, keeping it simple to start, trying to prove that I'm someone that it's, you know, you can trust me. And how am I going to show that? Well, I can only show that by how I feel and what I do with her. So it's okay to use, you know, scary things in that equation, because what are we going to do about the scary things? But I eventually want this tool to be, I want to be able to use this tool, not necessarily have her be so afraid of it that I can't use it. But, you know, I'm going to have to work with each individual horse, and hopefully I can get to that point, but we just never know otherwise. So here she's even less fearful of it here to start, and that's fine. Like, I'm moving it way more, and she's not taking off. So that's actually really, really nice. And so, I mean, I could stop, but I think what I'm going to do is just let her feel the meaning of the flag. You know, sometimes everybody's like, oh, you got to get them, like, dulled out to it or desensitized to it before you use it. I don't mind if they're sensitive to it, because they will become less worried or sensitive about it if you use it and you show them how it works and what it means. Once then they start to understand it, this circle needs some work for bending, but I'm not too worried about it to start, because again, I'm not coming in here to immediately drill her. Let's see if she can interact. Good girl. That wasn't my original plan. My original plan was to unwind nicely. I got like half of an unwind, and then I did something else, but I'm just flowing with it for now. The consistency here is when the flag is being used towards the shoulder and how the rope should be feeling for her, giving her a direction. My body is calm, centered as much as I can make it. She's just following along with that. These aren't just mindless circles, these are moments where there's something very, very important to teach. And that is how to connect with the lead rope and the supporting aid. Okay, she's looking away, so we're gonna move on to the next thing. I'm gonna try for a teeny bit of trot, but maybe I'm gonna regret that. Maybe I should just be happy with the walk. But you never know, so let's just give it a try. I'm moving the flag around a lot more, she's more okay. And what's gonna happen over time is I'm gonna open this flag up more. Good girl. Good girl. Okay, walk. Ah, yeah, there she is. She's a little bit wobbly. She's falling in and out, but it's okay. She's not perfect, neither am I. Can you think trot? Good girl. Good girl. Easy. Yeah, that's super. Can you step your hind quarter out and around? Bring your front end through. End up on my left side, which is going to be weird for her. And she's already assuming that she has to start going. So I just have a backwards feeling, or a stopping feeling in the rope, trying to time it up with her front feet. There we go. Good girl. I know she's looking, but that's okay. I'll take it. And then I'll fix it up the way I want right here again. Everybody, well, that is it for Lena today. I know it might not seem like a lot. Maybe to other people it does seem like a lot. There's so many different opinions and so many different ways of one way or the other. But for me, I'm happy with that. She had a big change from being really flighty about the flag to being more responsive and connecting and following with what I was asking. She's licked and chewed, her eye is softened. You know, this is a really good first session, and tomorrow we will start to increase it, make it a little bit more challenging, start covering all those bases like I'm talking about before we get to saddling her up here for the first time, and then the first time I ride her and that kind of thing. But again, you know, we're trying to be focused primarily on the trailer loading stuff, so I really need her to start trusting me and connecting with me, but I can't force that. I can only show that and work through that. So she does a pretty good job following the lead rope. She's not real heavy in it or anything. I think what my challenge is going to be right now is her ability to follow the supporting aid and to balance herself a little bit. She's kind of wiggly and wobbly on the circle, which name every single horse here can be like that. So that's a normal horse thing that they do. But we're going to be getting her feet done and stuff like that, so I need to be putting the rope around her feet and working with that. And so, but like I said, I'm just one thing at a time for now, and then I'll add a couple things per session at a time. So, hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please be sure to subscribe and stay tuned for the next update. Thanks for watching.